Welcome back to 1 Thessalonians recap. We are in chapter 3 today, and we're really at the conclusion of why he is writing this letter. First, he wants to tell them that he didn't leave because he disliked them, but he wants to be back with them, and he prays for them earnestly that they would be strong in the faith. And then the second part is explaining why Timothy came. Timothy came, he sent Timothy so that he would get a report of how they were doing. And in chapter 3, we learn that he gets a good report, and he rejoices in that they are doing well in their faith, even though they're a young church. That being said, there's two concepts here that may be countercultural for us we want to think about. Number one is in verse 3, he says, "You yourselves know that we are destined for affliction." Is that often taught in churches around the world, that if you are faithful to the Lord, then you will suffer? Not really. But that is the New Testament teaching. And that is the Old Testament teaching, that faithful men and women throughout time have not been accepted in this world. And so Paul wants to encourage them that what they are experiencing is par for the course in that. But then secondly, you want to look at this next section where it says in verse 5, "For this reason I could bear it no longer. I sent to learn about your faith, for fear that the tempter somehow had tempted you and our labor would be in vain." The other thing that's popularly taught is that once you are saved, you are always saved, and there's nothing that can be done about it. This verse makes no sense if that's true, because Paul would have said, "I just want to check in on you, but I know that you'll be faithful, period. And that our work will always be what it was when we started the church there. It will always be sound, and you will be faithful for the rest of your life." No, he's really concerned. Are these new Christians the rocky soil that Jesus taught about, where they sprang up and they received the word and they believed the word, but they fell away in a time of persecution and testing? Or are they faithful? Are they the good soil? Do they accept it and bear fruit in the word and endure? And that's the difference in the rocky soil and the good soil in the parable of the sower. And this is what he says in verse 8 of chapter 3. "For now we live if you are standing fast in the Lord." Are you standing fast in the Lord? Not perfect, but are you trusting in him and faithful to him in the things that he's taught you? And are you growing and abounding over and over in this chapter? Are we abounding and growing in our faithfulness to the Lord? Can we help you in any way with that? Do you have questions? Do you have thoughts about the things we've just talked about? Please share those with me. We'd love to help in any way that we can. Thank you so much, and God bless.